All right, so after Mesquite, right? So in the midst of Mesquite, one of my friends from West Philly, me and him was super tight, right? My man Kev, and he had an uncle over in Jersey. So he'd be always like, yo, let's go to my uncle crib. He's like that uncle that made it. You know what I'm saying? He was from West Philly, live in Jersey, big crib, own his own real estate companies. And he would always be like, yo, we having a barbecue. Let's go over there. So I'm like, all right, cool. One day I go over there, me and him click. So I'm like 22 at the time. He might be like 34, something like that. So he kind of like big brother, uncle, you know what I'm saying? So we go to his crib and I'm just super inspired. Anytime I cross the bridge, bro, I'll be like, damn, it's Jersey. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, for some reason, right? So we went to his crib. Me and him just clicked from the rip, like almost like, I don't even know if we the same sign or not, but anyway, we just clicked. He was just like, so what you doing again? And I'm like, no, I work for Mesquite. I showed him the t-shirts on my phone, all kinds of stuff like that. And he's just like, no, that's cool, but when that shit play out, hit me up. And I was like, when that shit play out, I'm like, so I kind of like, at being a young boy, you kind of take it personal, like, damn, I'm doing something good. You talking about I want to play. So instead of taking it personal, I said, so what you really do? Because he say real estate, I don't know nothing about real estate. You could say whatever. So I'm like, so what you do? He's like, man, I own broker shops. And he was like, I think you'll be perfect. And I'm like, I don't know nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, yo, I got this young boy, 25 years old. He made, what did he say? He made 20,000 a month with me. I did the same face, twice. Dang. I was like, shit, whatever he learned. He said, and I toured him. He ain't know nothing. He from the street. I said, yeah. I said, oh man. I said, what's his name? He said, Fahim. It's another Fahim. So I'm like, Fahim. I said, oh man, well, you better make way for Raheem. That's my real name. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, I'm coming in. Listen. He said, no, listen, I want to give you a shot. When that shit play out, I'm not going to tell you to just stop it, but just hit me up. So maybe 3, 4, maybe almost a year maybe go past, but we still going up to his uncle crib sometime, you know what I'm saying? Because we get cool now. Now I'm like trying to go up there by myself because he's so like he got my brain running. And I forget what happened. Long story short, I get fired from Mesquite. And this is a long story of the Mesquite situation, but I'm gonna cut it short. I get fired, had a little bit of money saved up, right? So I go back to Miami. And I remember calling him probably like 11 o'clock at night. I'm sitting on the beach and I'm like, damn, like what am I do? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Carl said, hit him up. So I hit him up. I said, yo, Carl, man. He said, yo, man, it's late as shit. What you calling me for right now? All that, right? So I'm like, bro, I really want to take a chance to try to do this mortgage thing. You know what I'm saying? He said, you bullshit, man. Call me in the morning, man. You playing. I'm like, all right. Call him in the morning. Yo, I'm really serious about this. Make a long story short. So he like, yo, I'm going to give you 60 days. Now, you're going to sit in the office. It was like boiler room, bro. Everybody on the phone. Yeah, welcome to the Mortgage Select. So they pretty much like, we was loan officers. Getting people home equity lines of credit, refinancing their mortgages, paying off all these bills. Like, you know what I'm saying? For low prime, for people with low credit scores. You know what I'm saying? So people that couldn't get the job done, his company would get the job done, whatever you need, 500 credit score. We had a company, we had a bank for it. So he taught me all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And being sitting with the other people in the office. So make another longer story short, maybe like, he gave me 60 days to close a loan. I closed my loan like 40 days. First loan, it was crazy. It wasn't much money. It was I remember it was a $57,000 refinance, somebody in North Philly. And that shit made me feel like, bro, I could do anything because I didn't know nothing coming in there. And being able to like talk to somebody on the phone about their mortgage, get all their documents in with them trusting you and you working the loan up, closing it, get your first check. It was just like, damn, I can do this. So the next 6 months, I was on fire, bro. Like my man Fahim, that year, he was making probably 20, 25 grand a month. And I started to like get up there on the numbers to the point where he like, yo, what you saying to people? Because I'm closing loans like, I remember these one group of people in Florida, I don't know, bro. I was just like, I could just talk to people, you feel me? And it was just like, I just knew the right thing to say. It'd be a dog barking in the back. Like he gave me like little things like that, like, yo, just listen to the background of people's like phone calls. So I hear a dog in the background. Oh man, what kind of dog is that? You know what I'm saying? Just making general conversation with these people and also saying, yo, now send me your social. Like, what kind of dog is that? Oh man, this is a collie. I had him for 15 years. Oh man, my girlfriend had a collie. Lying. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend had a collie. They're so amazing. Da, 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 da. So it's like breaking that threshold. I just always had that. You know what I'm saying? So I became one of the top loan officers in his company. He had 6 different offices, and I was probably ranking in probably like 25, 24 a month. You know what I'm saying? For 2-3 years. So this like 2020. This like 2004, 5, 6. No, I'm gonna say 4, 5, 6, 7, because the recession happened in like late 2007, 2008. So after making that money and moving out my mom's crib, buying the Cadillac, I was in my bag, right? At a young bull, 23. Everything stopped at like 24-ish, 25. And I had to figure it out, because now I was doing art. I figured my way out of that, started doing mortgages, making money I've never seen before, and now I'm kind of like just like living off of this money I saved up, because my last loan was 4 months ago, 5 months ago, you know what I mean? And I just remember like thinking like, damn, I need to get back into my art. You know what I'm saying? And it was more like God kind of stopped that wave of me doing that with the pandemic. I mean, with the recession, for me to find my true gift, bro. I think it was because I didn't care about art no more, bro. I was making 20 grand. It was like, art who? Paint what? Yeah, art. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the true me though. You feel what I'm saying? So, doing real estate for a while. So this is so from 2005, I'm gonna say 2003, 4, that's when I stopped doing art, trying to figure it out. I done did everything. Loan officer, I had flyers, I'm putting them joints in people's doors, tacking them up. 1% financing, come to me, Raheem Johnson, Dog, I still got some of them joints, and I look at them like, yo, this is crazy. But from there, I had to find a regular job. You feel me? So I lived off a little bit of money for a while. Car repo, kicked out my crib, so now I'm back at my mom's crib. Now I'm back at my mom's house after having all this amazing success, right? And I'm like 24, 25, so that's like them prominent years, bro, where you like, yo, everybody lit right now. That's my age group, you know what I'm saying? I'm back at my mom's crib, like, yo, like, so in that time, JP was just like that person that was just like, every day was just like, bro, we gotta figure it out. And I remember us watching, listening to Jay-Z joint. What's his American Gangster? And I forget what song it was. We downstairs, and he like, bro, we gotta take some risks, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, my thing was like, bro, I ain't trying to go to jail, bro. Jail is not what's up. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of that, it was probably a 10-year gap where I didn't do art. But I still was doing art, but I wasn't pursuing it. It was like a therapy thing, because I was going through so much shit just trying to make money. I'm like, all right, man, let me just start creating. Because that was just my thing that could kill time since I was a young boy, and it was fun. So I say it was like a 10-year, maybe like 8-year span of me not doing art, and then like art coming back to me, bro, because everything else didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Everything else was like almost kind of like it had a timeline on it, or I didn't know about the timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 10 years before the recession was amazing for people in the mortgage business. That's how my man made so much money. He didn't know the recession was coming up either. You know what I'm saying?